money through. But a lot of people that know me personally, no role for getting to the money. You know what I'm saying, and making shit happen opportunistic wise. So in that same fashion, you know what I'm saying, give a little, get a little. I got my Venmo link in my bio here. I'm gonna put out more information towards healing, and we want to discuss ways of getting money and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make shit happen. When they say that when the Democrats are in office, the money slows up. When the Republicans are in office, they let the money go. To what cost? You know what I'm saying? Listen, you know what I'm saying? We gotta deal with what we gotta deal with. But in the meantime, everybody use a couple dollars. So we're gonna be building on ways to get more change. There's a lot of hustles and stuff that I do and ways to get it that people know me for that I don't mention. So in that fashion, Jupiter and Taurus, I'm opening up and expanding the abundance portal to be able to, provide stability and things like that for myself and for other people around me, as opposed to in reciprocating health and wellness and prosperity. So with that, boom. So here's this. So again, my Venmo is Abundance Row. I'll put the other links up there for the other payment systems when I get it, but I'll stop dropping more stuff. And feel free to drop a Row Nation. You know what I'm saying? For Rose Nation. All right, boom. So the disease thing that I seen this on Studio Recesses page. In the past 30 years, these disorders have gone up tremendously since 1990. I looked on ChatGPT and a few other resources to see what their correlations were, but they've all gone up. So here's some things that, I know there's people out there that deal with these things. Their children mostly deal with a lot of these things, or their elders. So I'm going to provide some solutions. This is not medical advice. This is healing, health, and wellness suggestions and support. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go see a doctor, feel free. You know what I'm saying? Naturopathy, homeopathy, nutritionists, as far as a holistic nutritionist, those aren't covered by insurance. I wonder why. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, there's that Venmo right there. Let's get this money. Let's make it happen. So boom. So ADHD, that's hyperactivity, emotional distress. It leads to internet addiction and offending behavior. So overall, ADHD is something that can be dealt with by taking the child, if it's a child that has ADHD mostly, away from the computer, put them in nature, put them in places where they learn how to meditate, even if it's for a minute, build on that, 30 seconds, a minute at a time. Even if they're building on their favorite cartoon or their favorite video game, they need to find ways to follow their breath. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I'm saying, I've done and going through different levels of helping people with these things. So feel free to reach out for personal consultations, and, you know what I'm saying? Or hit the comments if you got specific questions, or shoot me a DM. Hit me up. But ADHD is definitely hyperactivity. So if the mind is moving faster, because these kids, like I said before, are moving at a faster frame rate. So they have to be able to, we have to be able to keep up with that, but also keep them in balance with the world that they're in. This also leads to emotional distress. So emotional intelligence is important, because then they get frustrated quickly because the world's not keeping up with their minds and what they want to do or focus on or not focus on in that space or whatever. So learning emotional intelligence for yourself is a very wonderful process, and you learning emotional intelligence and what that means for yourself and how to deal with that. You can look for Dr. Jewel Pookrum. She teaches a lot of ways about Pookrum, Pookrum, to deal with emotional intelligence. And there's people out there, just do your research on emotional intelligence. But that helps with the child, so that you can breathe with them, sit with them, put them in nature, go for walks, slow life down, let them appreciate the small things in life, as opposed to Fortnite and all that other shit. How to correct those things, or how to support those things. ADHD, do lemon balm extract, ashwagandha, this thing called magnesium calm. There's also exercises to calm the brain, and just like the first Hokage and Naruto, nature release. Put these little people in nature. Let them walk around in nature, ride their bikes, climb trees, do things that we used to do as children. Put them in nature, put them in nature, put them in nature. Let them swim in the ocean, things like that. That'll calm the brain, and over time you'll start to see a compatibility to the reality and what their brain is telling them to do, or how to move fast, or get that emotional intelligence. For the exercises to calm the brain, hit me. There's a lot of things you could do using the opposite hand and things like that. Next one, Alzheimer's disease, going up crazy. You know what I'm saying? Alzheimer's disease is when you forget. Alzheimer's is old-timers disease. What can you do for this? Stimulate the brain. Get them out of their routine. Use it for the old people. Give them some lion's mane. Give them some psychedelics. You know what I'm saying? Get them some psychedelic mushrooms. Mushrooms are phenomenal for the brain. Also, body and brain exercises. You can hit them with some psychedelics or even some THCA, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? A good quality source. Even CBD. Those things help to stimulate the mind and body connection and then allow them to get stimulated. And then from that, they can start to bring back who they were if they're still here. All these things are in ranges or function of how old the person is, what they've done for their life, and things like that, and things that they're naturally dealing with, not naturally, but in this case, irregularly dealing with. So boom, autism's the next one, right? For autism, what I found in this is to find their gift and hone it. Autism is based upon the jabs that kids get, especially for young boys or boys coming out the womb, and the jabs they get before the mother gets throughout her life, and then they hit them with shit while they're pregnant, and then after the baby comes out, there's just too much overload in the brain, just in the nervous system, and everything just goes into dysfunction, and that's what we call autism. But most autistic childs, quote unquote, on the spectrum, they have a gift. And the best thing that I found to do with them is find that gift and hone it. And then they will be able to be a savant in that area and let them focus on that. And that's, you know what I mean? Other things can come into play depending upon the severity of it. Find their gift, find somebody who can master their gift, even if it means, detachment from that child. The child is, my man's son was, all wonderful transitions to my man. His son is nice at is nice at building stuff. He's like a master builder. He can build any fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? He's super nice at that, and that's all he wants to do is build stuff. I've never seen a child like him as talented as much as a builder as him. He can really take I don't know how old he is now, maybe 10 or 11, 9, maybe that age range, but he is super ill at building. That's his gift. He's gonna build something phenomenal one day in multiple things. That's all he needs to focus on. Anything else, besides food and basic necessities and having fun as a child, he's a true builder. Those are the gifts for autistic kids that come into this world. They have their gift. Let them focus on that. Bipolarism. Check their natal chart. Check their etiology chart, their numerology and things like that, and seek balance points in their dysfunction. Also find calm through magnesium. There's ways to calm the mind. There's something called, again, magnesium calm that calms and stuff. You'll see that a lot of these things, the herbs and stuff like that, coming back and forth in the support system for this, because the herbs and the magnesiums are very deficient, and we don't use herbs unless it is smoking weed and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Herbal medicine, quote unquote, herbal support has gone out the window. So again, magnesium calm is great to support those manic depressive situations. Lemon balm as well. Playing the piano, keeping them exercised. Exercise is always a key function, and not just running aimlessly, but doing specific exercise depending upon the person. If they are handsy, then boxing. If they are like to run and feet, then keep them kicking as well as punching. Other exercises that they can do specifically works out that energy to get them to keep them tired, get their asses running and tired, and then that bipolarness can come out through the training. Celiac situation. That's gluten. So people think their kids are gluten intolerant. Look into glyphosate. Glyphosate is crazy. There's a documentary called Glyphosate, and it's a key factor in celiac disease and gluten intolerance epidemic. Everything comes from what we eat and or what we put inside our mind, body, and spirit. So the glyphosate is crazy. It Roundup, and it's all over. They put this shit all over to do so many different things to keep the bugs and the weeds from growing, but we actually need weeds and clovers and things like that to put nitrogen into the ground and stuff like that. So there's been such an abundance of the what they're spraying on this glyphosate stuff that it has destroyed the function of wheat and plants. So now you think you're gluten intolerant. Meanwhile, they can't eat the stuff with gluten in it. Meanwhile, the stuff that they're eating with gluten in it has so much glyphosate in it that it has destroyed the immune system. So there's no such thing as gluten intolerance. It's that they had so much glyphosate on whatever it is that the gluten intolerance has now expresses itself, because it's like, yo, I can't have no more of it. So if you learn how to get certain levels of sprouted wheat, sprouted oatmeals and things like that, sprouted rice, black rice, you'll see that these things, quote unquote, may have a little gluten in them, but it won't be the same reactions. And then also keeping that fire pit of gluten like free for a while and detoxing from that. So if you put them through bentonite clay, activated charcoal, there's other ways to detox the body to psyllium husk. It's hard to do for children, but we would have to go through a detox to get all of those nerve endings that are clogged up, gluten is clogged up, to be able to get that through the body. You know what I'm saying? So check the documentary of the glyphosate documentary, get some more insight on that, or give me a shout. Fibromyalgia, it's crazy. Chronic fatigue, workout, depression, get your shit together. Diabetes, we know about that one. Fibromyalgia attached to fibroids. Fibromyalgia are energy blockages in the body. Move functionally. Look up functional patterns and how to move functionally. Look up Ido Portal. Dance, move with rhythm. Dance and move around. Move your body. This stuff normally gets stuck in your lymph nodes, in your brain, in your chest, in your joints. Move your joints. Move your body. Acupuncture is great. The stem machines are great. With fibroids and things like that are connected to fibromyalgia, fibroids. It's just things that are growing in your body and they cause pain. But things aren't allowed to grow in your body if you are continuously moving it and giving it the proper mechanisms or nutrition to keep it balanced. Thyroid, hyperthyroidism. Get that Lugol's iodine, 2% or whatever. That hits you great. Artichoke extract for the feeling cold. Proper iron supplementation for that as well. Ferrum phosphate as well as from the cell salts. And there's also Curao. Boom, this right here, Curao fruit syrup. This is from Costa Rica, I think. This is phenomenal for the iron. This is on Amazon. Grab that, Carao. This is a special J. Rowe treat. I know a lot of women think they're anemic. It's just that the type of iron that you're eating from beef and shit like that has either non-heme or heme iron. And although it may be a huge spike of iron, it doesn't last long in the body. So the way that we need iron is a little bit different from how we're getting it, especially once the iron supplies start to go based upon the diet or the foods that we eat and overconsumption of things that drain our nutritional value within the blood. So boom, this Curao fruit is great for that. Put it in your, it tastes like, it tastes tricky, but put some agave in it and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? So boom, so that's just a few things on this list. Which is, you know what I mean, which these things are going to crazy. Chronic fatigue, 11,000%, 800. This is crazy, the type of sickness that we allow ourselves to live in. You know what I'm saying? I refuse to live in this level of sickness, and if you refuse to live in this level of sickness as well, or want to support people living in these different things, again, shoot me that Venmo, shoot me a message, and let's get shit cracking on the mind, body, and spirit level. Across the board, we have been diseased. We're being preyed upon. We're being twisted as human beings. And I'm not gonna. The reason why I created this page was to, provide support and just insight on how I'm seeing things. But that's not good enough. And the actions that I'm doing outside, can coincide with what I'm doing on the inside, and vice versa. So if I'm doing stuff outside here, please believe I'm doing 10 times more in real life. Not REEL, but REAL in my reality. So give me a shout, you know what I'm saying? We put up some money stuff, let's get some money together, let's make some things happen, let's combine our resources, let's make some fly shit happen, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's over here in their own islands, but no man or woman is an island. We all connected through our breath, through the body, through Mother Earth, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So any questions on these specific diseases or specific issues, I'm here to support, and any issues. You know what I'm saying? Give me a shout. Hit the Venmo. Put $1 in, 99 cents, $3, $4. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of heat on this page. Go through this page, and I'll put this up on YouTube as well. Go through this page. There's a lot of heat on this page. A lot of insights that you won't see in other places specifically like this from a lot of different sources, a lot of different things that I study and research and then put into practice for myself. So I take true honor in being able to have the time and effort and intelligence to do that. And you know what I'm saying? I support anybody who is willing to resonate on those levels. So the more I'm able to be supported, the more I'm able to push back. Karma and Dharma, push in, push out, breathe in, breathe out. Much honor and respect to you all. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. Stay healthy, stay wealthy, stay wonderful.